In an era where technology and durability are advancing at an exponential rate, the line between professional military equipment and high-end civilian gear has never been thinner. For those of us who operate in high-stakes environments or prioritize absolute readiness, the tools we choose must be more than just functional. They must be mission-capable and fail-proof. We've scoured the market to shortlist 25 amazing tactical military gear and gadgets that have earned their place in a modern loadout. We'll put the updated price and purchase links down in the description below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. When you're gearing up, weight and protection are always fighting each other. Go heavy and you're safe but slow. Go light and you risk it. The premier body armor Fotis 4-RF3 strikes a balance, giving you real stopping power against serious rounds. It can handle nasty rounds like M2 armor piercing or even M855 while still keeping the weight at a manageable under 7 pounds. That's lighter than many competitors in this protection class. Here, the build is a single curved plate, and it's got an aluminum oxide strike face that's inset about ½ an inch. That little design choice matters because it helps absorb drops and bangs that would normally chip the edges. Another thing people really appreciate is the trauma mitigation. It spreads out the force of impacts and cuts down on backface deformation, something cheaper plates often ignore. Though it's not featherweight, so if you're used to super light setups, you'll definitely feel it after long hours. But compared to ceramic plates that can spider crack after a hit, the Fotis holds its structure across multiple strikes. Well, armor only helps if your shots actually land. That's where the X4 system steps in. It takes the guesswork out of aiming by doing the math for you. Instead of juggling range estimates and wind calls in your head, this smart optic upgrade feeds you live ballistic corrections right where you need them. Here, the X4 system, by a collaboration of MAGPUL and MAZTECH, so it basically removes that guesswork and turns your standard LPVO into something a lot smarter. Instead of buying a whole new optic, this setup lets you drop their fire control mount under your scope and pair it with the X4 LRF rangefinder. The two work together to instantly measure distance, then feed real-time ballistic corrections straight into your view. It pulls in environmental factors too, things like temperature, air pressure, and humidity. So you're not just getting a basic range reading, you're getting a firing solution built for the conditions you're in. Shooters say it's surprisingly intuitive. The ballistic data shows up clean without cluttering your glass, and you can control it all with a simple 3-button remote without ever breaking position. Now, it does add a layer of tech that some people might feel is overkill for casual range days. But for anyone competing, training, or running tactical setups, the payoff is first shot accuracy at extended ranges. Traditional tactical pants feel like stiff cardboard, built tough but struggling to move in. The UF Pro P40. Generation 3 fixes that problem, mixing rugged fabrics with stretch where it counts, so you can actually run, kneel, and climb without a fight. Instead of sticking to one stiff fabric, these pants use a 3-material design, a Polyco ripstop base that breathes and dries fast, plus stretch panels placed where you need movement most. Comfort shows up in other areas too. The waist or flex system adapts to your body instead of cutting in, which makes a difference on long missions or hikes. Knee protection is also customizable. You can slide in light cushioning or go heavier with penetration-resistant pads if the situation calls for it. Now, if you're often kneeling in places where sharp objects might be lying around, like screws, nails, or bits of glass, you can upgrade your 3D knee pads with UF Pro solid pads. The 3D version gives you cushioning and comfort, but the solid pads add a tougher layer that stops sharp edges from poking through. So, the P40 Generation 3 gives you gear-ready toughness without killing your mobility, which is exactly what most pants fail to do. Most shooting gloves give out fast, seams rip, palms wear thin, and fingers pop open. Here, the Viktos Wartorn gloves are built to outlast that punishment, reinforced in all the weak spots so they keep up instead of falling apart. For example, the thumb area is usually the first to wear down, especially against the rough checkering on pistol grips. Here, they reinforced it with their combative leather, so it actually holds up. The trigger and middle fingers have extra stitching too, so the seams don't pop early. Even the grip is thought out. There's silicone on every finger, which helps when you're racking a slide in the rain or with sweaty hands. And yeah, you can still use your phone or optic screen since the trigger finger and thumb are touchscreen friendly. Comfort's solid too. You get a padded mesh chassis, a synthetic suede palm for good feedback, and a polymer knuckle protector for when things get rough. Nothing fancy, just a basic glove designed by a US veteran to actually survive range days and real use without falling apart on you. Next, we've got the Blackhawk Stache. It's modular, durable, and built to adjust with you. Usually inside the waistband holsters come with a headache. You either get good concealment and suffer from comfort, or you get something comfy that prints like crazy. So, the Blackhawk Stache tries to solve that by leaning into a more modular design and tougher build. Instead of Kydex that can crack if stressed, this one's made from impact reinforced polymer, so it holds up while giving you more adjustment options. You can swap things around, ride height, cant, and even add accessories like claws or mag carriers without buying a whole new holster. Retention's handled by a friction adjustable system, so you can dial in the draw tension without fussing with springs or complicated mechanisms. Plus, it avoids digging into you, but doesn't get in the way of drawing. It's also optics ready, so if you've moved to a red dot, you're covered. Now, it's still bulkier than bare-bones holsters, so if you're laser focused on deep concealment, it may feel like extra gear. But for most people, the balance between concealment, comfort, and durability makes it solid for daily carry. Once your sidearm's set, it makes sense to give it some light. The Nitecore NPL25 GL packs a powerful beam and a green laser into a tiny package, bright enough for long shots, but small enough that your pistol still feels quick in the hand. You're looking at 900 lumens out the front, with enough throw to light up targets past 200 meters, plus a bright green laser that actually stays visible even in daytime. Here, the whole unit weighs just 74 grams, so it doesn't feel like you've hung a flashlight on your pistol. And unlike red lasers that wash out in sunlight, the 520 nanometer green beam holds its own. Operation is simple too. The ambidextrous switch layout means you don't need to relearn grip just to run it. And there are 2 brightness levels, so you're not stuck blinding yourself in close quarters. Battery life is handled by a 500 mAh cell, which you can charge magnetically, and swapping it out is quick when you need to. Some shooters might not need both laser and light. It's extra complexity for casual carry. But for tactical work, training, or home defense, the combo makes sense. Plus, it's low profile enough that it usually still fits in holsters. Well, adding a light usually makes carrying awkward. That's where the Tenicor Velo Lux comes in. It's shaped to sit against your body comfortably. Appendix carry is already tricky, and once you add a weapon light, most holsters just get bulky or downright uncomfortable. The Tenicor Velo Lux tackles that by shaping itself around your body instead of just slapping plastic on a gun. The angles and curves fill those little gaps between your frame and the pistol, so you don't get hot spots digging into your waist all day. Concealment's another strong point. It uses a camming bar system with 3 height options, basically rotating the grip into your body to cut down on printing. That means even full-size pistols with lights can ride close without advertising themselves. Build quality is also up there. The thermoplastic keeps it tough while still giving you that smooth draw Tenicor's known for. Also, you get plenty of adjustment too. Over an inch of ride height, generous cant range, and 3 clip positions. It's also red dot compatible and shaped so you can get a full grip every time without obstruction. Downsides? Well, it's not the cheapest option, and setup can take some tweaking until it feels just right. But once it's dialed in, even smaller-bodied users report they're comfortably carrying pistols they thought were too big for the appendix. A holster designed for real-world carry, not just theory. But a gun isn't always the answer. Sometimes you just need a tough blade you can trust, and the Backcountry Blackout V2 gives you exactly that. Strong steel, solid grip, and a sheath that's ready when you are. The blade is cryo-treated D2 steel, which holds an edge really well, and the titanium nitride coating cuts down on rust and maintenance. So whether it's camping, hunting, or tactical use, you're not babying it. Its handle is G10 with smart shaping and jimping, so it locks in whether you've got gloves on or not. Now, the sheath deserves mention too. Kydex with a thumb push release. It gives you quick, one-handed deployment. Plus, you can mount it low-ride on a belt for easy access or switch to scout carry with tech lock if that's your style. Full tang construction means the strength is there, and the grip shape works in both standard and reverse holds. Now, it's still a decent-sized fixed blade, so if you're after ultralight minimalism, it might feel like more knife than you need. But for anyone who wants a dependable utility and defensive blade in one, the Blackout V2 nails the balance. And if you're running your pistol harder, a clear optic helps. The Vortex Defender XL gives you a huge viewing window without making the setup fragile, so you get speed and visibility at the same time. Now, big windows usually mean more distortion, but here, you're looking through a hard-coated spherical lens that keeps the view natural. You also get the choice of a 5 or 8 MOA dot, depending on what works better for you. Vortex added their shock shield system, which is basically a built-in bumper to handle everyday knocks. The front is textured with what they call fast rack, which lets you rack your slide off just about anything if you need to. Battery swaps are simple, with the top-load design, and runtime is solid too, about 25,000 hours at a medium setting. Plus, it shuts off automatically if you leave it sitting, then wakes up the second you move it. So, overall, it's tough, clear, and easy to use. Moving on to the Nedfoss Wolf. It's built like a workhorse, sturdy steel, full tang, and a grip that feels locked in whether you're cutting rope or clearing brush. The blade is 4 inches of really sharp 7CR 4MOV stainless steel, tough enough to handle heavy use but still keeps an edge. They even added notches and saw teeth on the spine, so you can use it for cutting, sawing, or just about any little task in the wild. It's a full tang design, which means the steel goes all the way through the handle, making it feel solid and unshakable in your hand. The whole knife is about 9.5 inches long and thick enough to take a beating without bending or snapping. The handle is made from G10, which grips well even when wet, and the finger grooves help you hold it comfortably and control it better. The sheath is heavy-duty nylon and MALA compatible. Well, it's not the lightest knife you'll ever carry, but it's one of those tools you can trust to get the job done. So, if you need a tactical knife for emergencies, the Wolf is solid and dependable. If you're carrying serious tools, you'll want a holster that doesn't slow you down. The Tulster Arc locks onto your weapon light instead of the gun itself, meaning one holster can handle multiple pistols without losing retention. This one's built with a patent-pending light retention device, or LRD. The clever bit? It latches onto your weapon light instead. That gives you that satisfying click lockup while letting the same holster fit multiple guns, whether you're running a Glock 17, a Glock 19, or even Shadow Systems pistols, as long as they've got the light attached. Also, the Arc is built from 0.09 3-inch Kydex, the thickest material Tulster has used to date. The edges are carefully buffed by hand for comfort, and the cutaway design means you can actually hit the mag release while it's still holstered. Plus, It works with inside the waistband carry, which adds some versatility, though it's thicker than average. Plenty of users say they have to bump up a pant size to carry it comfortably. Even so, the multi-platform compatibility and unique retention system make it a strong option for anyone who uses a weapon light and doesn't want a separate holster for every gun. If your priority is a holster that holds tight, feels secure, and works across multiple firearms, the ARC checks the boxes. Now, carrying isn't just about weapons. Your phone holds maps, comms, and data, but regular cases won't survive the field. The Thyrm DarkVault 2 keeps it sealed, protected, and still usable when conditions turn rough. The DarkVault 2 is sealed with a waterproof and dust-proof gasket, locked by a spring-loaded clamp that holds your phone firmly in place. On the back, full MOLLE and PALS compatibility means you can attach it directly to a chest rig, plate carrier, or pack. It comes in two sizes, one for standard 6-inch phones and one for larger 6.7-inch models. The whole point is that you can still run nav apps, ballistics calculators, or mesh comms without ever exposing the device. Even you don't have to ditch your everyday phone case, and the quick dock feature makes access simple. There's also a variant with electromagnetic signal blocking, ideal if operational security is part of the job. Well, the DarkVault doesn't come cheap. It's not really designed for casual users, but if your work or lifestyle involves environments where gear needs to survive serious abuse, this case delivers reliable, field-worthy protection. When conditions get rougher still, sometimes you need something heavier than a knife but easier to pack than an axe. That's where the CRKT Provoke X comes in, a compact folding hatchet that hits far above its size. Visually, it's impressive, sleek, mechanical, and unlike anything else. Practicality, though, is more situational. It's not an everyday carry replacement for a pocket knife. Instead, it's for those moments where you need a tool with extra punch but still want something compact. The Provoke X combines an axe blade for heavy strikes with a spike designed for piercing, all packed into a size that slips into your kit far easier than a full hatchet. Weighing in at about 13 ounces, it's got heft without being cumbersome. Folded, it's roughly the size of a flashlight. Deploying it is smooth thanks to the kinematic mechanism, while a deadbolt lock secures the blade in use. Made with titanium nitride-coated D2 steel, the blade resists wear and corrosion. The spike folds cleanly into the handle when not in use, and the stainless steel handle with reinforced overlays gives you a confident grip. Safety is automatic when closing, keeping the design secure and controlled. If you're into forward-thinking gear design and want an axe that's both portable and fast to deploy, the Provoke X is one of those rare tools that breaks categories. If defense matters more than striking, portable armor makes a difference. The RTS Rapid Deploy Mini Shield gives rifle-rated protection in a size you can actually move with, instead of dragging around a wall of steel. Rated at Level 3+, the shield can stop rounds like 5.5 green tip and even 7.62 NATO. It's available in 3 weights and sizes, small at 11 pounds, medium just under 17, and large at 23.3. That lets you choose how much coverage you want without being locked into a massive door-sized shield. Deployment is quick, and the handle plus strap system means you can hold and maneuver it in multiple ways. RTS even backs it up with free replacement if the shield ever takes a round in service. On the downside, cost is high, and for most people outside law enforcement or private security, it's far more protection than they'll ever realistically need. Even at the lightest size, carrying it for extended periods can wear you down. But for those who need portable, rifle-rated coverage in environments where agility matters, this shield fills a very specific role, and does it well. A long-range shooter knows how much math and guesswork usually go into making accurate shots. Here, the Vortex Impact 4000 aims to cut through that by combining a rangefinder with a full-on ballistic computer. mounted right to your rifle. The unit ranges up to 4,000 yards on reflective targets and about 1,500 yards on deer-sized ones, with accuracy within half a yard at 100 yards. It's packed with sensors, measuring incline, compass direction, and weather data, and feeds it all into ballistic calculations. It syncs directly with the GeoBallistics app, but it also works independently in areas where your phone can't. Bluetooth remote operation adds flexibility, letting you use it without shifting position. And compared to military-grade systems, it's relatively accessible in price, opening advanced tech to more shooters. Though at about £1, it shifts your rifle's balance, and the menu system can take some practice to navigate. Still, for anyone into precision shooting, the Impact 4000 functions like having a dedicated spotter built into your setup. Alright, reflex sights are everywhere these days, but not all of them can actually handle real-world law enforcement or tactical use. The Aimpoint Duty RDS MR is built for that kind of demand. It's compact, rugged, and honestly, pretty smart with its multi-reticle system. You get 3 options: a 2 MOA dot for precision, a 65 MOA circle for fast aiming, or both together if you want the best of both worlds. Basically, it lets you switch between close range speed and distance accuracy without swapping optics. And the push buttons let you adjust brightness without fiddling or accidentally changing settings in the middle of a mission. The flush-mounted design helps with that too. Battery life is insane. 30,000 hours on one battery at setting 7. So realistically, you could run it constantly for over 3 years. There's also one off position, 4 night vision compatible settings, and 8 daylight settings. It's lightweight at just under 4 ounces. Plus, it even has instant on motion activation, so it's ready to go as soon as you pick it up. Well, it's not a small budget optic, it's designed for serious duty. Belts aren't usually the flashy part of your kit, but a bad one can make everything else feel uncomfortable. The HRT ARC Belt 2.0 is designed to be low profile, but still super rigid under load. At the core, it's got a precision contoured curved composite polymer, laser cut for strength without the bulk. That means minimal sag, even when you're running pouches, tools, or other gear on it. The outer 2-inch laser cut Cordura covering is fully MAGPUL compatible and tough enough to handle stress without ripping. Plus, it's water resistant, so rain or sweat won't weigh it down. They also thought about the little stuff. Built-in accessory slots let you clip gloves or small gear with carabiners, and the hook and loop system locks it to an optional inner belt for fast on-off while keeping everything stable. Honestly, it's not cheap, and if you're just doing casual range days, it might be overkill. But for high-tempo operations, or anyone who wants a belt that stays rigid and modular without turning into a weight trap, the ARC 2 actually does what most belts promise, but fail to deliver. Okay, most AIWB holsters are bulky, but the Stinger HL1 takes a different approach. It's lightweight, and yeah, it actually stays true to that idea. The holster only covers your trigger guard, which keeps it super slim in your waistband, but still gives you safety, thanks to its flip-open trigger cover. Basically, you just stick your pistol in, flip the cover, and it's secure. The standout feature is that it comes with a built-in laser sight that's surprisingly easy to use. Flip the trigger cover, and the laser turns on. Flip it back, and it's off. It's powered by 2 LR44 batteries, and you can adjust windage and elevation if you want to get it just right. It's CNC machined aluminum, designed and patented in the US, and fits most standard and compact handguns with rails. Well, it's not going to give you the padding or full coverage of a traditional holster, so if that's your thing, it might feel a little exposed. But if you're after minimal bulk, quick access, and a laser right on your gun, the HL1 actually pulls it off without overcomplicating things. While most multi-tools end up being a jack of all trades and master of none, here, the Valley BV Tac 8 isn't that. It's a full-blown 8-in-1 tool, built entirely in America and each function actually works like a standalone tool. So instead of lugging a shovel, a wrench, and a pry bar, you're carrying one piece of gear that does it all. Basically, this thing's built tough. S7 tool steel, heat-treated and tempered. So yeah, you're looking at one of the hardest-hitting multi-tools out there. Now, you can snap on extras like a shovel, pick, hoe, breaching pick, bow saw, or even a sand anchor. And with a paracord and blade cover included, it's basically mission-ready straight out of the box. At 17 inches long and about 3 pounds, it's not a pocket toy. It's meant for people who actually need it. Law enforcement, firefighters, outdoorsmen, hunters, RVRs, overlanders, boaters, families, survivalists, you name it. The TAC 8 isn't about convenience, it's about always having the right tool in hand when things get serious. After a multi-tool, you may want a plate carrier that matches its balance of security, comfort, and tactical efficiency, which brings us to the next piece. The TYR Pico MVW-DSX is a modern plate carrier built for mobility, protection, and mission flexibility. Designed with high-quality materials, it adapts to virtually any operation while keeping the operator comfortable and well protected. A quick-release tactic buckle system allows one-handed donning and doffing, saving valuable seconds in the field. The carrier is constructed with flame-retardant treated padded spacer mesh and a slotted polymesh cummerbund to improve breathability and reduce moisture buildup during extended wear. It also features internal plate retention straps, a patented ballistic framework for added structural integrity, and durable PV materials for longevity. On the front, a MOLLE flap provides attachment points, while low-profile shoulder pads enhance comfort. Additional features include hydration tabs and a reinforced drag handle. While the carrier is highly versatile and protective, some users note that it may feel bulky at first, especially when fully loaded. Now let's take a quick look at the Viktos Taculus MX chest rig, which is designed for situations where you need quick access to ammunition, but don't require the bulk of a full plate carrier. Developed and tested by US veterans, this chest rig strikes a balance between tactical functionality and comfort. Its frame is built from water-resistant 500D nylon, offering durability and protection. On the front, you'll find 3 dedicated rifle magazine pockets, compatible with AR-15, AK-47, or AR-10 magazines. A removable insert converts part of the rig into a dual pistol or submachine gun magazine holder, giving you flexibility for different loadouts. A detachable belly pouch panel even lets you display a 3x7-inch unit badge if needed. Comfort isn't an afterthought here. The adjustable 4-point chest harness comes with cushioning and magnetic quick-release fasteners, allowing you to tailor fit for extended wear, while the hook and loop back panel allows attachment to compatible plate carriers. Doing so can reduce breathability compared to wearing the rig standalone. Overall, it's a rugged, versatile solution for tactical operators who need speed, modularity, and comfort in one package. The next one, which comes straight from the mind of survivalist EJ Skullcrusher Snyder. So we're talking about the Skullcrusher's Extreme Sidekick, or SXS. Built on EJ's real-world experience in both combat and wilderness survival, this knife was made to deliver maximum performance in a compact package. The blade measures 5.25 inches, with an overall length of a bit over 10 inches. It is crafted from 1095 carbon steel, one of the most proven survival steels, offering a mix of edge retention, toughness, and ease of sharpening. A black traction coating protects it from rust and glare. The handle is linen micarta, known for being grippy, durable, and dependable, even when wet. What makes this unique is its philosophy. Instead of being oversized like many survival knives, it compresses all that capability into a manageable form. It is big enough for chopping and slicing tasks, but small enough for everyday field carry. That balance makes it useful not just in wilderness situations, but also in tactical applications where reliability can mean the difference between life and death. If you've ever tried cramming a full first aid kit into your gear, you know how quickly it gets bulky and awkward. The NA Rescue M-Fak basically solves that problem. It's their most compact, versatile mini first aid kit. Well, it's small but still carries the essentials that first responders actually need for serious injuries, penetrating wounds, blast trauma, or other line-of-duty emergencies. It's built on a rugged nylon platform, and you can attach it vertically or horizontally, MOLLE backing for the vest, or a 3-inch belt loop if you want it on your waist. The clamshell design opens on both ends, which actually makes grabbing what you need faster, and elastic loops keep everything in place instead of rattling around. It even has a treatment pack option for basic life support. Now, it's worth noting this is half the size of their popular Torque platform, so it won't hold as much gear as a full kit. But honestly, for anyone who needs something compact and actually usable under pressure, the M-Fak hits the sweet spot without turning into a bulky backpack of medical stuff. Moving over to knives, the Microtech Combat Troodon is one that pretty much set the standard for large out-the-front automatics. The name comes from the Greek word for wounding tooth, and yeah, it's a tough one. The blade is just under 4 inches long, with the whole knife measuring around 9.5 inches overall. Despite the size, it only weighs a bit over 5 ounces, thanks to some very refined engineering. Now, the handle is machined from 6061 T6 aluminum with deep texturing, so it feels secure in hand and sits comfortably during use. Inside, Microtech uses proprietary tri-wing hardware, and the deployment is incredibly smooth. Double action, so it opens and closes with the same switch. The blade steels they use are top tier too. What people love most is the balance between its substantial feel and its precision mechanics. It's large enough to give confidence in hand, yet still slim and easy to carry for what it is. Of course, the price is significant, usually starting in the $450 to $500 range. Plus, for some, the size alone is more than they'd ever need. Still, this knife earned its reputation. It even showed up in John Wick 2, which only boosted its fame. Among serious collectors and professionals, it remains the benchmark for large, tactical knives. So chest rigs usually force you to choose, carry fewer mags, and stay light, or overload yourself with bulk. The HRT Recon Placard kind of fixes that balance. It's expandable, lightweight, and adjusts depending on what you need. Basically, you can run it as tight as 2 mags, or stretch it out to hold 4 AR-style mags, all while keeping quick side buckle access in play. The setup is smart too. They went with a laser-cut design, so you've got MOLLE loops across the front, plus MOLLE-compatible sides and bottom for extra pouches. Plus, it comes with an elastic insert for 3 AR-15 mags, and the placard's ride height is fully adjustable. Built from laminated 500 denier cordura, it's rugged, but doesn't weigh you down. You've got side loops ready for quick-release tubes and 1-inch hardware, and it even plays nice with existing modulus pouches. Overall, the Recon Placard is all about adaptability. You don't have to commit to one setup, which makes it a solid choice for anyone who needs their loadout to evolve as fast as the mission does. So that was our video on the 30 incredible tactical gear and gadgets you can consider. Let us know your favorite pick in the comment section, as we'd love to hear from you. And, as for everything else, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.